Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who series ideas video. Today I'm going to talk about what if I was showrunner of Doctor Who. This is part 4 or series 4, which is pretty cool. Part 1 and 3 or series 1 and series 3 are one connected story, so that's great. But obviously I need to expand my universe, man. I've got plenty of ideas to explore and plenty of ideas to talk about. So yeah, obviously we'll need a new doctor, so let's talk about that.
The doctor goes on a ship and wrecks the ship, explodes, and the doctor lands in the ocean. Will she regenerate? She'll probably, drown to her death, or maybe she'll get blown into the ocean. But so the coolest thing is, I thought about it when she's actually, in the ocean, and when Kim is waiting for her to come out of the ocean, it would be a totally different actor. Like, holy shit, that would be so rad. Like, that would be a crazy ending, right? Made my final decision on which is Ray Patanki, Pataki. Yeah, I think that's an Indian last name. So this is actually a British actor that I looked up. So I haven't really seen any of his work, but still, he looks like a great doctor. So in series 4, I'll introduce a new doctor, which will be played by Ray Pantaki, which is like he's a second-born Indian from London, I believe, or the actor at least. And I think it's great to mix up a bit because all the other doctors that we've had are pretty like, pretty not really from other origins. Let's say that. So I think it's cool to have something or someone who actually is from another origin. So that's cool. And yes, I suppose Joe Martin's Doctor, which is the fugitive Doctor, and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor are from other origins. But I mean, come on, like we should have more diversity in Doctors. All right, his characteristics would match with the sixth, the 12th, and the first Doctor. Like he would be very weird or very, he would be very interested in new things. Let's say that his characteristics would be also stubborn. Like he would also be angry at most of the time, but still kind of friendly to some of his friends, right? And his clothing designs would be a mix of the third Doctor's and like purple clothes, because I think that could work. So his TARDIS design would be a mix between the 11th, the 7th, and maybe like the 8th Doctor designs and the 13th Doctor design. It would be very small, but it would be very effective. Like you have the main consoles, right? The console room, right? But you also have a little bit like you can go upstairs where you have a bookshelf or some sorts, and maybe a door to the other parts of the TARDIS. So there we go. His Sonic Screwdriver would be a mix between the Meta Crisis Doctor Sonic, or maybe the 8th Doctor Sonic from the Big Finish Audio Adventures, and also the 13th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. So it would be a mix. So the first episode is the Sycorax Scheme. The Doctor and Kim travel to an island near, I don't know, Colombia or whatever, I don't know. So where the indigenous people, so the people who live there, so, the basic humans, right, are being attacked by warriors of another world. Those warriors want to remake a colony on Earth, so they want to colonize this island, right? But the Doctor eventually stops them too. And yeah, I really like the Sycorax. They look very great. I haven't seen like the Christmas special, but I know they were represented in the Doctor Who Series 2 Christmas or Series 1 Christmas special or whatever. But I really like that. I really like different kinds of aliens. Being bad. I think that's really cool. Alright, the second episode is called Egypt Worshipt. So the Doc and Kim travel to ancient Egypt where they meet Cleopatra. She is around 20-ish or like 30-ish years old, so pretty young actually. But the main problem is that she's being chased by a shadow cloaked figure. It's a hologram, so the Doc and Kim need to find out where it's originated from. So yeah, so they made sure that someone is being able to communicate to ancient Egypt with his or hers technology. So eventually they find out in the third episode, in episode 3, the monk who stunk. And yes, it kind of rhymes, but anyway. So the Doc and Kim find out that the meddling monk is involved at the chase of Cleopatra. The Doc and Kim find his location, which is on a icy planet. I believe that's also the last known location we ever known about him, because he's been stuck on there for like almost 60 years now, since the first or the second or third season ever from William Hartnell. So that's where the Doc eventually also stops his scheme and leaves him there to, I don't know, to take care or something. I don't know, till they meet again in the future. But yeah, the doctor is very dedicated to help where he can, and that's pretty much it for that episode. Episode 4 is called the Axons attack on Glassion, which kind of also rhymes, but anyway, the Doc can travel to Glassion, which is a planet I made up, where the people are being invaded by a parasite web of plants. It can summon angel golden like minions, right? Like those Axons from the classic Who series, and yeah, they can they fight and stuff like that. The Doctor actually mentions he already fought them because they're from classic Who. I believe the third or the fourth Doctor fought him or something. So there we go. He destroys their summoning device and lets the minions suffer, or yeah, he kind of saves the day eventually. So there we go. Alright, the 5th episode is called "And No Dragon Rule in the Swimming Pool." So the Doc and Kim help a local swimming pool with some pest or something. I don't know. They discover that a water dragon has been sleeping there, and has placed himself inside this swimming pool, like I don't know, like inside of the waters or whatever. And yeah, there we go. They need to stop that beast. But in episode 6, a dragon's worshipper Strip, which is the dragon of the previous episode, has been guarded by dragon worshippers. These people have been mind controlled by the dragon to do his bidding. These people worked for the swimming pool, but now they're mind controlled and don't really know who they are, right? So actually, those water dragons love the chloride or whatever from the pool, and the Doc actually stops them, and yeah, the dragon thought, or the dragon worshippers thought, Earth was perfect for this lower, this dragon, because Earth has lower life forms from the humans. So there we go. But the Doc and Kim stop them eventually, bro. They're the Doctor and Kim. Come on, the Doc can do anything at this point, right? We'll be coming to the second last episode actually, which is a two-parter. And yes, I chose 8 episodes in the season because I thought 13 episodes was a bit too much. So there we go. And yeah, last series that I did, series 1 till 2 and 3, there were 13 episodes and 3, Christmas specials each series. 1, but now I thought 8 episodes could be doing the trick because the new series from Sujigatwa will also be 8 episodes long. But anyway, episode 7 is Two or Few. We begin in 16th, 17th century London or whatever, or England, where we see a plague doctor. He's saving people from sci-fi alien with a big machine. Ooh, interesting. He disappears and vanishes. Some time later, or some minutes earlier, I guess, we see the Doctor and Kim having, a bit of a laugh in the TARDIS and probably eating something, I don't know, trying to tell stories to each other, I don't know. But then the Doctor gets swapped by this plague doctor, right? So, yeah, the Kim isn't quite sure who this is, so he unmasks himself and is actually this Henry Cavill Doctor that I made up from my last series, which is pretty cool. It's all connected, let's go. So this Henry Cavill Doctor that I made up in the last series is actually in the far future of the Doctor, and he has a little secret that he wants to tell Kim, because this Doctor is actually on his second last, I guess not really regeneration cycle, but he knows he'll become the Valiant, which the Valiant is actually the most evilish version of the Doctor ever. That's every bad side of every Doctor ever in one person. So he's afraid. He's very afraid. So if he dies, he'll become the worst enemy of himself. Because this Henry Cavill Doctor knows where his last location was, where, it's 16th, 17th century London, he travels there with Kim in this TARDIS of the now present Doctor anyway. But together, they stop this sci-fi alien with a big machine. Because of that machine, he was able to switch places with the Doctor, obviously. It's kind of like the Marvels, right? This new Marvel movie coming up. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But anyway, because the Henry Cavill Doctor is in the future of this current Doctor, he knows exactly where he was, right? So he travels back to, I guess, this 16th or 17th century, where he and the now the present current Doctor defeated this sci-fi alien with a big machine. And yeah, this Henry Cavill Doctor needs to go to this current Doctor's previous regeneration, which is like the ginger Doctor, remember, right? So because he knows it's his last adventure and he needs to take care of stuff that
he needs to solve, right? Anyway, it's complicated Doctor Who time travel stuff, but you'll get the point eventually, and I think it could be really cool. But anyway, the next episode is called The Christmas Special, The Golden Key Which Makes Him Free. This is inspired by the Brothers Grimm, and this is a story that they wrote about a boy which was playing outside and found a key, and thinking there could be a chest along with it, right? So this is a kind of like a fairy tale, feel good Christmas special, but obviously I needed to write down a little story. But this boy eventually tells his mother that he found a box in the middle of the snowy forest or something, and he heard like voices coming out of it. And his mother doesn't believe him, so she'll take him to the priest or whatever, or the church from his town. And later, the boy travels back to the forest and sees a man standing there. And that man asks for that boy if he has seen a key. The boy agrees, right? And he gives the key to the doctor, which, pretty cool. It's a feel good Christmas special. And it's really cool because the Brothers Grimm inspired the best ever Doctor Who, or my favorite Doctor Who episode ever, which is Heaven Sent, which also featured a Brothers Grimm story, which is really cool. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Goodbye, everyone. Or should I say, Doctor, I'll let you go.